Welcome to Anime Recall. Today, I will explain a 2015 anime series called Jitsu wa Watashi wa. Please turn on your subtitles as there will be spoilers ahead. Asahi Kurumine is your typical second-year high school student, fond of mysteries and gossip. Asahi has earned himself the nickname Leaky Basket, as he is quite the chatterbox and seemingly struggles in keeping secrets. After recovering from a brutal heartbreak when class president Nagisa Aizawa turned him down, Asahi falls for a reserved yet excellent Yuko Shiragami. After finding his courage again, he decides to confess his feelings for her when he accidentally caught sight of her unfurling a large pair of wings from her back. It turns out that Yuko is a modern-day vampire. She has explained to him her difficult predicament that she is only allowed to go to school under the condition that she keep her true identity from everyone else. Fearing that Yuko will stop coming to school, Asahi promises to keep her secret. As they both agree, it turns out that Mikan Akemi, Asahi's childhood friend and president of the school's newspaper club, is also spying on Asahi from afar. Mikan is determined to get the scoop on Asahi's big confession when Asahi insists he decided to just be friends with Yuko for now. Everyone is buying into the story as Asahi recounts his somewhat troubled past and how his love confession with Nagisa had previously ended. Having become friends with each other, Yuko eats lunch with Asahi. Yuko finds herself some cream puffs that Nagisa intentionally left on Asahi's desk. Yuko got caught off guard when she took a bite at the cream puffs, as it was too spicy for her to eat. She unconsciously revealed her wings when Nagisa stepped into the room. Much to Nagisa's shock, she also inadvertently revealed herself as a tiny alien holding a tiny ray gun at Yuko. Realizing what happened, Nagisa chases after Asahi with the memory-erasing hammer, trying to erase Asahi's memory of what happened just now. Yuko steps in to save Asahi from Nagisa and convinces her that Asahi can be trusted with her secret. While the three decided to keep each other's secret, they may have more significant problems as Mikan is later shown digging through the cream puff for a relatively small listening device. Mikan is determined more than ever to uncover Asahi's big secret. Growing up as childhood friends with Mikan, Asahi is sure that she would not be able to keep it a secret as she did in the past. One time, Asahi was asked by the teacher to bring Yuko's homework to her home because she was sick. Mikan used this as an opportunity to follow Asahi, but Nagisa dropped in on Mikan and threw her off his trail. Later, Nagisa calls Asahi that she has lost Mikan and that she may already be on her way to Yuko's house. Mikan then got knocked unconscious when going through Yuko's stuff. She is intent on getting her way, much so that she is threatening Asahi to expose an edited picture of Asahi and Yuko getting intimate with each other. Asahi begs Mikan not to do it, but Mikan will not listen to him, so instead, he gives in to her. He cunningly agrees with Mikan to post their pictures to end all of this witch hunt. Later, the spirit in Mikan's glasses surmises that Mikan may have feelings for Asahi, which is why she is putting him into much trouble, which Mikan denies. One time, Nagisa finds herself in an unusual predicament and asks help from Asahi. It turns out that Nagisa's human body has run out of battery, and she was inadvertently forced to shift in her little alien form. She begs Asahi to sneak into the girl's bathroom and carry her human body to the nurse's office. Yuko decides to help Asahi with the task. While holding her lifeless body, they run into Mikan and Shimada, who sees Nagisa in her little alien form. Asahi pretends she is a toy to throw them off, but notices that Nagisa can no longer keep her composure, so Asahi runs off with the little Nagisa. After managing to get the slip on Mikan and Shimada, Asahi and Nagisa hide in the gym's storage shed, when suddenly, Nagisa momentarily grows to human size. Asahi asks Nagisa to punch him in the face so he can pretend he was knocked out, when, unexpectedly, Nagisa returns to her normal size. After school, Asahi and Yuko manage to clear up the misunderstanding with Mikan and Shimada. When Nagisa notices that sunlight causes Yuko's skin to change color abruptly, she decides to help Yuko with how to avoid them while walking to and from school. Asahi tries to read up on all things vampire in hopes of getting to know Yuko better. On their way to school, they come across a salesman offering garlic and a cross. Much in the form of popular fiction, garlic and crosses do not affect vampires in general. Yuko just gets annoyed when seeing crosses because of the fictional lore that has led to having vampires being stereotyped as mindless beasts, while garlic makes her eyes just watery. It is until they come across the bridge that Yuko decides to quit while ahead. Asahi devised a brilliant idea to use sunscreen instead, which worked exceptionally well for Yuko. Seeing that Yuko can now walk in daylight, Asahi and Yuko decided to go to the amusement park together. Yuko invited Nagisa but declined, as she thought it would be a good opportunity for Yuko to get to know Asahi better and vice versa. They went to a haunted house booth, where Yuko was genuinely scared at first, but irked when she saw someone pretending to be a blood-sucking vampire. Meanwhile, Yuko's father is skeptical and suspicious of Asahi. He asks the werewolf, Shiro Shishido, to check on Yuko, and if needed, bring her back home if ever her secret gets revealed. Shiro Shishido is Yuko's childhood friend, who is also a werewolf. While returning home from the amusement park, Asahi and Yuko are greeted by Shiro, who tries to scare Asahi. Then suddenly, Shiro transforms into a voluptuous lady named Shiho. It turns out that Shishido transforms into a lady when he sees the moon, which shares the same body with Shiro. The three continued to Yuko's home, while Shiho started to flirt with Asahi, which made Yuko jealous. Yuko added that Shishido could turn into Shiho or Shiro even with just a picture of a moon. Feeling left out, Nagisa visits Yuko's home and brings over a peace offering with her homemade cake, only to find Shiho on top of Asahi, who gets the wrong idea. When Nagisa returned, she now saw Shiro on top of Asahi. Yuko tries to clear the misunderstanding with Nagisa, but Shiho encourages Yuko to be more honest about her feelings for Asahi. The next day, Shiho joined their class as a transfer student and introduced herself as a pervert, which led to more misunderstandings. With Shiho in the same class, Asahi becomes the object of affection for most of the girls. Shiho sees this as a chance to be closer with Asahi and grabs every opportunity to flirt with him, while the other girls are envious. Because of Shiho's advances, Asahi ends up with a massive nosebleed. One time, when he sees Shiho, he runs away from her. He runs into Yuko when they are suddenly greeted by a tiny girl with demon horns passing by. She introduces herself as Akane Komodo, when suddenly, Akari, their homeroom teacher, drags Akane back to her office. She later reveals that Akane is her great-great-grandmother, and that she is a 1,000-year-old demon. It was also thanks to her that other monsters can now go to school like a human. As much as Akane tries to pretend like a grown-up, she reacts childishly, especially when being taunted with snacks. Akane and Yuko decided to put their competition on the stage with a beauty pageant to determine who is the sexiest. Asahi is roped into being the judge, while Shiho will be acting as the host. Akane and Yuko try to outshine each other in different contests, including a sexy pose contest, swimsuit contest, talent contest, and cosplay contest. Standing at an impasse, Yuko challenges Akane to eat cream puffs that Mikan made. The relentless battle ended with a big explosion in the gym, which sent Nagisa's spacecraft elsewhere from the massive aftershock. One time, Asahi was forced to retake his cooking class as he had previously missed the earlier one. Much to his surprise, he is later joined by Yuko, Nagisa, and Shiho. Their cooking task is to make curry, but neither of the girls know how to do it. Since this was unprecedented for the girls, Nagisa took the lead, where instead of making curry, she made a chocolate cake, which coincidentally got tossed out of the window where Akane caught it. After taking a small bite, she becomes obsessed with it. Meanwhile, Mikan has decided to use this opportunity to get an interview from Akane by baiting her with snacks. Akane manages to run away from Mikan, but is later caught by Akari, who drags her back to the home economics room. Going back, Nagisa and Yuko successfully made curry, but due to their competitive nature, they added a secret ingredient, which resulted in poison gas. Later that night, Akane breaks down Akari's door and demands more chocolates, especially those that Nagisa made. When Akari refuses, Akane threatens to send an asteroid to destroy Earth. Fearing her threats were too real, Yuko, Nagisa, and Shiho help recreate the chocolate cake they baked earlier. Akari caught Akane off guard and tied her down to a chair so she could stuff Akane with the chocolates Yuko and Shiho made. In a desperate attempt to eat Nagisa's chocolate, Akane creates clones of herself to grab the chocolates. While everyone tried to stop Akane, Nagisa's comrades helped stop the asteroid, and it veered away from Earth. With summer out, Asahi gets the courage to invite Yuko to the outdoor pool. Yuko is troubled as she does not know how to swim. Asahi encourages Yuko to use this chance so that they could both learn how to swim. Much to his dismay, Yuko also invited Nagisa and Shiho. Shiho volunteered to teach the group with Nagisa as her assistant. Due to her deviant nature, her way of teaching got Shimada in trouble, and it even came to a point where Nagisa had to knock her out and continue with the class. Nagisa's style of teaching is stricter, much closer to the militaristic type of approach, where Asahi and Yuko almost drowned. Mikan also showed up with her 2 little brothers to join in on the fun. When the pool closed, Asahi and Yuko made excuses and decided to meet later at school to continue their swimming lessons. Yuko shares with Asahi that she wanted to learn how to swim as her parents described it as life-changing. As they have an intimate conversation about learning to swim, things take an embarrassing turn when they both start to address each other by first names for the very first time. As the two are blushing from the embarrassment, they are also being spied on by Akane. Okada, Sakurada, and Shimada are Asahi's closest friends, and although they make fun of Asahi's inability to keep a secret, they support him when it calls for it. Asahi's friends invite him and Yuko to join them at a buffet restaurant. Yuko was initially hesitant, fearing that her secret might be revealed if she gets too close to them. Asahi managed to convince Yuko to join them, and everything went well until they realized that Mikan worked as a waitress in the restaurant. Mikan brings her latest batch of Russian cream puffs for Yuko to try. Realizing the effects of cream puffs on Yuko and determined to protect her secret, he goads Shimada into eating all the cream puffs with him. As one crisis is averted, another one emerges. The next day, Mikan is upset about losing her glasses, so the girls decide to help her find them. It turns out that Akane stole the glasses and created massive chaos by creating clones wearing identical glasses. As the group struggles to catch each one, Akari steps in and grabs the real Akane and drags her back to the office for a much-deserved punishment. Nagisa later discovers the truth behind Mikan's glasses. It was inhabited by a Fukunokami, a god of good fortune. Much to her shock, she also learns that the Fukunokami likes living in the glasses as they are overflowing with great memories from Mikan's childhood. It also revealed that it claims to know Mikan's true feelings for Asahi, much to Mikan's objection. She tries to throw her glasses multiple times, but she is stopped by Nagisa, who encourages her to confront Asahi with her true feelings. Asahi and Yuko later join them, and in bad luck, Nagisa ends up wearing the glasses, where the Fukunokami suddenly blurted out, "Asahi-kun, the truth is, I am in love with you." Everyone was shocked as they thought it was Nagisa who confessed her feelings to Asahi. It's the summer festival, and Yuko invited Asahi and Nagisa to join the group to enjoy the festivities. It turns out that it was just a ploy by Yuko to have Asahi and Nagisa spend time together on a date during the festival. Meanwhile, Yuko and Shiho secretly follow Asahi and Nagisa on their date. The two felt awkward, having been set up by Yuko. To make it less uncomfortable than it already is, Asahi invites Nagisa to the shooting gallery. Yuko becomes flustered as she watches the two become closer and loses track of where they went. While searching for Asahi and Nagisa, Yuko runs into Mikan with her 2 little brothers and helps her look for them in the crowd. The night is never complete without some form of misunderstanding. So, when Yuko and Mikan finally find them, it turns out that Nagisa accidentally trips and falls on Asahi. After a night with Asahi alone, Nagisa realizes that she may have feelings for Asahi. Yuko has been feeling down since the summer festival incident between Asahi and Nagisa. Seeing Asahi and Nagisa together has made Yuko uncertain about her feelings and how she truly feels for him. Every time Asahi tries to approach Yuko, she manages to run away from him, leaving him with more questions, while Asahi asks the other girls for help on how to approach Yuko. Shiho encourages Yuko to be more honest with her feelings. After seeing how flustered Yuko has been, Nagisa also contemplates her feelings and realizes that she must apologize to both Asahi and Yuko. Nagisa runs into Akane, who shares that she knows about Nagisa's true feelings and strongly wishes for Yuko to be gone so that she can be with Asahi forever. Nagisa denies Akane's claim when suddenly Akane drags Akane back to the principal's office. Akane drops a picture that was taken during the summer festival. After seeing the picture, Nagisa decides to keep it a secret, especially when Asahi and the rest run into Nagisa. Mikan also bumps into the others, but finds it suspicious when Nagisa is acting weird from the group. Nagisa drops the picture, which lands on Asahi's hands. And as he is about to look at the picture, an unsettled Nagisa shoves ice cream into Asahi's eyes. Determined to keep it a secret, Nagisa grabs the photo and swallows it. Meanwhile, the confused Asahi pins Nagisa on the wall and blocks her path. When Yuko sees Asahi and Nagisa, she gets the wrong idea and runs away. Yuko is faced to force her feelings for Asahi, while Asahi has a nightmare that he can no longer remain friends with Yuko. The next day, Yuko asks Asahi to meet on the rooftop in the evening, and Asahi finally decides to use this chance to confess his feelings for Yuko. Nagisa overhears the conversation when Mikan butts in and shares that Asahi has previously also admitted his feelings, which ended in heartbreak. Mikan continues that despite the sorry state Asahi was left in before, Asahi managed to overcome it and saw how serious he is when it comes to Yuko. Torn with her feelings, Nagisa has come to terms with what she needs to do. While Asahi makes his way to the rooftop, Nagisa chases him and tries to get him out with her hammer. Asahi managed to slip past Nagisa and managed to reach the rooftop where Yuko was waiting. Before he could talk to Yuko, she is being taken away by Yuko's father, who also happens to be a vampire. After seeing Yuko being dragged away, Asahi, Nagisa, and Shiho asked Akari to chase after them in her car. Despite her intentions to follow Yuko, Akari refuses to drive faster as she does not want to damage the new car she has bought. Akane knocks out Akari and uses her magic to control the vehicle. They manage to reach Yuko's house, but Akane ended up damaging Akari's new car. Asahi, Nagisa, and Shiho break into Yuko's house, where Yuko's father, Genjiro, lies in wait. Genjiro confronts Asahi about his relationship with Yuko when Yuko arrives to meet the group. They try to help her escape, only to realize that her father was only bringing her home because her mother is very sick at the moment. That was why she wanted to meet with Asahi that night to tell her that she would be going home for a while to take care of her mother. Genjiro later discovers that Asahi knows Yuko's secret and intently chases after him. Asahi manages to run away and hide in Yuko's room, where the two talk about things that had happened the last couple of days. Determined, Asahi decides to talk some sense into Genjiro, where Nagisa also reveals herself as an alien to him. Asahi strikes a proposal to Genjiro, where he offers to have his memories erased of Yuko's secret if Genjiro promises to allow Yuko to continue going to school. Genjiro agrees to Asahi's proposal, with one change to the condition: Asahi has to erase all of his memories of Yuko. As Asahi is about to erase his memories, Nagisa and Yuko stop him. Yuko speaks up and confesses her feelings for Asahi when Genjiro suddenly passes out. It turns out that Genjiro was hit by Nagisa's hammer when Yuko rushed to stop Asahi. So, when everything seems to be settled, Nagisa and Yuko realize how much fun they had going to school with their friends. The next morning, Akane and Akari picks up Asahi, Yuko, Nagisa, and Shiho. Genjiro pretends as if he doesn't care, but runs after Yuko, waving goodbye. For more anime recaps like this, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. As always, like and comment to help out our channel. Thanks for watching.